Good Saturday morning, everyone. It's Tracy from Tracy Tries Journaling and Filling Bookshelves. And today, as promised, is a walkthrough of my latest journal, Pink Just Because. So here we are. Now I have made this journal from an envelope, as you can see. Trifold again. And what I've done is I covered it first in just a layer of regular tissue paper. Then I've done gesso, white gesso all over it to make it more white. And then I covered it again in this really beautiful tissue paper with the flowers on it. So the cover is, I've got some cheesecloth behind. I've tied it with this really beautiful pink ribbon and this sweet little bling dangle. And I'll get that off. And over here on the side, we have a cotton candy dangle with, of course, a pom-pom and just some beads and buttons. And so let's take a look. So what I've done on the front, this is Idajane Designs. This is one of her printables. And this is actually an Amity Bloom, make sure you can see, an Amity Bloom digital, one of her, I forget what something gathering. And so I printed it on photo paper for just a shine and fussy cut it. And then I've distressed all the edges, added a couple little pearls. These two little pieces are leftover Amity Bloom washi that I got in a Happy Mail from Kate at Pixie K Designs. It was my last two little pieces. But I thought they looked really beautiful on the front cover. So there's the front, and there's the back. So we open her up, and we have a mishmash of digitals from many different, very talented creators and designers. And I'll try and remember as I go through who they all are. So we've got some really pretty washi here on the flap of the envelope and inside. Now what I've done is I have actually lined the envelope with a lot of tissue paper and mulberry paper. So I gave it like a texture, like just a little bit of heft. So inside the envelope, I've just made a little journal for writing space if there isn't enough inside this journal, but I think there is, but added it just in case. So here's another piece of that Amity Bloom, there we go, of that Amity Bloom digital. So first page. Now this is Well Loved Journals, her latest new freebie on Ko-fi or coffee, whatever you want to call it. So that's really pretty. I'm pretty sure this is Rainbow Lila. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's just a beautiful Polaroid there with on a cute little paper clip. So this is some notebook paper. Really pretty. This is wrapping paper. And it has a design on both sides. So on this address paper, which is coffee dyed, I've just taken, this is Idajane Designs as well, and I've just made it into just a flop and just added a little tag onto it. And I think it is a pocket. Yes, it is. And there's just this sweet little card inside there just to remind me that, yes, it is a pocket. And this is from a book about watercolor painting, and it just fit in just so lovely in here. Coffee dyed scrapbook paper with a sweet little flower fussy cut there, and a tracing paper, postcard printable, and just a little cluster inside there. And on this page is my, oh, we've got glitter. We've got glitter. This is my stencil coffee dyed paper, and the stencil, oh, my printer's talking. I had a little bit of my blueberry left in there, so you can see there is some blue in this. So we've put some really beautiful lace on the edge of the page there, and just made this little flip out with the rest of that Idajane Designs, and of course a cute little page cut out from that watercolor painting book. Here we have another beautiful digital there, and a gorgeous flower. Did Polaroid here as well, and I've just covered it with some tulle. This is vintage lace from Kathy at Greek Chick, and this is from Jan at Lita Vintage. So here we have a first day cover with the beautiful pink on it. So I thought that would make a nice piece to go in here. Now there is a pocket back here for you to add your little secret notes. Here we have some coffee dyed music paper and a little bit of washi down there just for the heck of it, for texture. And here we also have some, this is more cheesecloth here on this page. And, oh, this is my, if you don't know, this is like my absolute most favorite digital. And it's so funny because every page that you print it on, every paper, every size, it comes out with a different color background, which is really bizarre to me. But anyway, it's absolutely beautiful. So here we have some tracing paper of this little picture here, and on this side we have a U.S. Senate Chambers ticket, visitor gallery ticket from 1968. And on this page I have a vintage pink envelope that I've just distressed, added this rusted paper clip with some muslin little whatever you call this. So this fabric here, and you'll see some glitter fabric throughout this book as well, came from a doll's dress from the 1950s. I'm not actually sure the date, but it was a beautiful pink satin dress. It was, remember those tall dolls, plastic dolls they used to have? It was a dress for her. It was just lovely. So that's where a lot of this and the cheesecloth and the pink satin came from. So that's from a magazine. And so I've just left the envelope. You can take it out and add some things in, and lots of journaling space behind there. Here's another well-loved journals. Here's a German book page. This is more wrapping paper. And this is vintage wallpaper that I recently got. It's got nice flecks of gold and silver in it. And this is a tag I've made and added some cute little trim at the top. And I just have to be very careful when you slide it in, because this is really old wallpaper. And at the top there, this is watercolor paper. And there were holes along the top because it came from an old, I guess, watercolor booklet. Or this is like, I think it's homemade, I don't know, watercolor or homemade. Very thick paper. And what I was talking about just a second ago, so on this rusted safety pin, this is a piece from that dress. And This is just some lace that or trim that I had that I added on, but isn't that pretty? So yeah, the whole dress was covered in that. So this was trim I got a while ago and I showed you because I was so excited. It's finally being used. Here we have, this is from a floral book. This is from some sort of French book that I got a little while back. I don't know how old it is or what it's about, but it's a cute little book. And here's like a time card or an examination card. Not sure what they called them, but this is on some dyed paper that I made. And we've just got a little bit of texture paste there attached with some eyelets and just some masking tape here. So this is a Frankenberg-Stein page, Franken paper. So we've got, this is a German poetry book page. And here is, this is a receipt from 1938. And I'm just going to fold that back up. And then we just have a sweet little tag with some pink stamps on it. And on the back of that page, we have this pretty rose card. We've got Dodie, and this is part of the tissue paper that covers the whole journal. And I've attached that with some washi, and we've got some of that beautiful wallpaper inside the card. And on this page, which is from a floral book again, just a little tab made out of that ribbon, and a pocket made from just some really pretty paper there. And in here I've made this cute little fabric sample card, and this is an original photo. I'm not sure when it's from, but I got it from my friend Heather on Marketplace. But I think they were taking pictures of, could it be high water? And there was a tree in the middle of the water. I'm not sure. Or that's Loch Ness Monster Nelly peeking through. One or the other. Decide. So isn't that gorgeous? Yes. Now that's a peony. I think, pretty sure. But no, that's a rose. I'm sorry, because that's not a peony stem. Yeah, whatever. Lamb's ear, I know that. And on this page is a whole mix mash of stuff. We've got a really pretty lace cluster with a rusted safety pin, and I don't know how many different pieces of lace are on there. But this is from that dress too. And this is just a little coin envelope that I made. Now these are all, you'll see these throughout as well. I'm trying to remember who these are from, but it was a little part about this big, and it had all of these, like about 20 different little, I don't know if these are buttons or brooches. And then I've just made a cluster with a stamp, a vintage ticket, a little tag, and a really pretty pink flower. So on the back here we have another one of those little hanging dangles here, and I've just attached it with some pink paper ribbon. And on the inside we've got that beautiful paper. And on this page I've just taken a vintage paper doily and just added it on, so you can use these as tucks. And here, this is Natalie's, one of her really beautiful tags, and I've just put some vintage trim along the bottom and some trim as the topper on the tag there. And I've attached it with as a flip out with some trim there, some lace. And on the back is just a coffee dye stencil. And again, this is that watercolor paper. And here we go. Now this is part of the sash of the dress. I've cut it, and you'll see I've used another part of it later on. So you can use this as an up tuck. And I've just tucked it around so you can see this was the middle of the sash. So you've got an up tuck on I love saying that word, up tuck. Up tuck. So on this coffee dyed page, this is a tracing paper printable, just some washi for texture, and this is another one of the Amity Bloom digitals that I fussy cut. And I've just added a little cluster here to flip out this little tuck there. And on this page, I've attempted to make a little ruffle. So be honored. This is a ruffle. These are very rare in the world, so treasure it. And here's another page from Idajane's kit. And we've got music paper again with another of Natalie's tags. And I've just added, I had a Brad, and I just put it in there. So here's some more paper. So here's another one of her tags. Now this is just a washi sticker that I've added in there. This is from a tablecloth with embroidered tablecloth. And I've just coffee dyed some of that lace. There's part of that dress and a vintage little pink pin. And there's just this tag with some string at the top. And this is the other side of my coffee dye stencil and the scrapbook paper. There's from the floral painting book. There's that. And here on this page, a topper on a bobby pin made from more of that dress. And I just wanted to find a postcard that had pink and blue and green in it. And it's Easter, but it's gorgeous. And I'm not sure when it's from, but I'm thinking it's probably 30s, possibly, from the looks of the back. And this is just a printable postcard cutout. And here's another printable. And we've got, this is from a shirt that I had bought in. And this is from a gardening book. And so this is the other, this is the other part of that sash from that dress that I cut in half. So here's where I cut it. And it's just got all this beautiful tulle. And I just thought it made, it's just a little spot to tuck something in. And it's glued shut. So I didn't want to think you're going to be able to like really dig in there. But it's got a beautiful page here. And I just think it's lovely on the back of that. So that is the pink Just Because. And I hope you enjoyed. It's not a huge journal, but I believe it is more a writing journal because there is a lot of space for you to write in. And I just think for someone like me who at one point in time didn't think pink was cool, I think pink is pretty darn cool now. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. This will be listed in my Etsy shop at FillingBookshelves. Just type it in and search for the under shop and you'll find it. I pop right up. And have a wonderful Saturday, everybody. We've got sunshine here, but it's still pretty cold. Okay, everybody, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.